guys, lesson number 3, the last of the beginner guitar lesson trilogy. After this, it's going to be strictly acoustic lessons and strictly electric lessons. Alright, we've gone over right hand technique, left hand technique. Now we're going to go and finish up with just the remainder of the techniques used with your left and right hand. About 5 more chords, 2 more scales, teach you how to read tabs, and then how to read a chord chart. Alright, we'll start with bends. What bends are is you get a note and you actually bend it to a higher note without actually changing frets. So say start here and you go, and you can bend half, which will bend like a half step, which is just 1 fret, or you can bend full step. It's more used on electric, but you can use it in kind of bluesy riffs like. Things like that. Next we have slides. Slide is when you go from one note and you, without hitting the second note again, you just slide to that fret, and that gives you a unique sound of going over all the frets that you need to go to. It's used in Stellar. As opposed to Alright, then you have hammer-ons and pull-offs. Hammer-on is when you go from one note and you hit the second fret with your other fingers, and that changes the note, and it's called hammer-on because you hammer on. Then you have pull-off, which is you start from a higher note value and you go lower, and you can do hammer-ons and then pull-offs. Like that's used in songs like Fade to Black. Alright, then you have vibrato. Vibrato is, instead of having a note just ring out, it's kind of giving it a fatter sound by moving it back and forth. It varies the pitch, just not too much so it sounds bad. So like, it's used in Purple Haze, as opposed to, you can hear that difference from. And you go back and forth, you don't get too much like a bend. It's just, instead of, or you don't want to do that, just. Alright, this little tool right here is called a capo. Capos are fun because what they do is, instead of standard tuning, instead of tuning all the strings up so they pop, you can just put this on a certain fret. What you want to do is you want to put it like this, so the most tension's on the thickest string, sorry, and just put it on like that, and it changes. So instead of standard tuning, you get F. You can put them anywhere you want. They use that so that the vocalist can hit notes or to get a better sound like that. Alright, then we have finger picking. Finger picking, you don't use a pick at all. You just use your hands. And it's used in songs like Stairway to Heaven. That's one type of finger picking where you just use 2 at a time, or you can do you can have different finger picking patterns. Like say you just get a D and you go down with your thumb, you get your middle finger, you go up, get your index finger, you go up. Look at that. That's just a simple one my dad taught me. And then you can just change one note and it sounds pretty cool. Then you have hybrid picking, is when you have a pick but you use your other fingers to pluck different strings. It's used in, I can't do it that well, but it's used in songs like Broken. I see you there. You can see this. Alright, and then we have more chords. We have an E chord, which is open E, 2nd fret A, 2nd fret D, 1st fret G, open B, open high E. Then we have an E minor, which you get your index finger and you take it off, so it's only 2nd fret A and 2nd fret D, and that's an E minor. Then we have an A, which is you get your 3 fingers like this, or you can bar them, but it's open everything except for 2nd fret D, G, and B. That's an A. And then if you get this finger, the B, 2nd fret, and you move it down and use your index finger, so it's B 1st fret, that's an A minor. And you have a B. B's are kind of complicated. You have to mute the top string so you don't play it, and you get your index finger, 2nd fret, A, 4th fret, D, G, and B. You can also make this B open so you can get an octave. Then you have what I forgot what it's called, but it's a combination between a C and a G. What it is you get a G chord, but you move these 2 fingers down. So instead of 3rd fret E, it's 3rd fret A and 2nd fret D, and you mute the top string. Instead of a, you get kind of a G-C sound. It's easy to move back and forth.